Hey YouTubers, I am vlogging finally. I've been wanting to vlog for a couple days and it's just been a little bit hectic. Um, as you know, my roommate Liz and I moved into this two-bedroom apartment and we were really enjoying it, but we had some noise issues with the people above us and with the guy that lives below us, who is the assistant manager of the building. He makes a lot of noise, he plays his TV really loud. He's just really inconsiderate. And a couple nights ago, Liz and I had I actually made dinner for Liz and I. We were sitting at the dining room table for approximately an hour. We sat there and ate, and sat there and talked. And it was about 10 minutes to 8 in the evening. And Liz decided to get up and start washing the dishes. And I walked towards my bedroom, down the hallway towards my bedroom, and before I even got all the way into my bedroom, there was a knock on the door, and I was like, well, who is it? Liz comes to my bedroom, like, somebody's at the door. I'm like, well, who is it? Answer the door. So I go, and she didn't want to answer the door. I answered the door, and it was the assistant manager that lives below us, and he started yelling at us, saying that we were making noise above him. Now, his bedroom is right here below my bedroom. I'm above him. And we were all the way in the living room, the kitchen, which is kind of far away from the bedroom. And I had only just walked in here, but he was already on his way up here to complain about the noise that we weren't making. Now, mind you, it's also before 10 o'clock in the evening, where it tells you that you must have a quiet zone or quiet time from 10 p.m. at night till 7 a.m. in the morning, I think it is. And here it's before 8 o'clock at night. We weren't making any noise. We weren't even where his bedroom was, and he was saying that we were making noise, and we were trying to explain to him we weren't back here, and he was yelling at us. And now we had complained to him directly about his noise when we first moved in here. It was a Sunday night. It was 10:30 at night, and his music was blasting, and we asked him to turn it off. And he said that we were making noise during the day, that we make noise during the day on the weekends. And I said, well, we can make noise during the day on the weekends. And I said, what kind of noise it is? Oh, well, I hear you banging boxes or whatever around. Well, we had just moved in. So we're unpacking boxes. I said, that has nothing to do with you waking us up at 10:30 at night when we're trying to go to bed to go to work the next morning. And I said, do we wake you up at night? He goes, no, I'm asleep. I don't even hear you. But that night in question, a couple nights ago, he was complaining that we were bothering him. He had a headache. He wasn't feeling good, and we were annoying him. And I just said, I've had enough, and I've walked away. And so he said, I'm going to write a letter and put it in your file. And I was like, wow. So we've been really stressed out about that. The manager came up the next day and talked to us and gave us a letter that this little mook wrote to us. And we're getting an attorney. Liz has a cousin that's an attorney, and he'll be taking care of this for us because it's bordering on harassment. If it's before 10 o'clock at night, even before 8 o'clock at night, we weren't making any noise. That night, Liz went out. She came back, and around quarter to 11, she heard somebody fighting in the hallway. So it must have been the people next door to us that was making noise that night, and he heard that and assumed that it was us. So very stressful. I found out that my father had bladder cancer a couple of years back, and it was cured. And they just found out that he has lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's, large cell something, and it's pretty bad. My dad's 83 years old, and at first they told him that the chemotherapy would make him very sick. Now they told him if he didn't take the chemotherapy, he'd die in 6 months. The chemotherapy is really bad for him at his age, so they have to give him very, very low dosages, and they have to do it every 3 weeks. And I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I hope that that dosage will work for him. I don't know. I don't know what kind of quality of life he's going to have being sick from the chemo. But they said that if he didn't do the chemo, that this cancer would debilitate him in a couple months, and then it'd be irreversible, and he would die by Christmas. I don't know what to feel, to be perfectly honest. I haven't had the greatest relationship with my dad at all my entire life. I was the youngest. He didn't want to be bothered with me. He made it very clear. He very rarely spent any time with me as a little kid. When he did, it was like, I don't even remember it because it was so insignificant. After my mom died, I lived in his apartment building, spent some time with him. He hasn't really spent a lot of time with my children. Has done some really underhanded and scrupulous things regarding insurance stuff. And I'm just not, I don't know. I feel bad that he's ill. And he's my father. I feel bad because we're not closer. My stepmother moved him to Las Vegas several years ago, and then now they moved up north to Northern California, and it's really difficult to go and see him. I don't have the money or the time or the energy to drive up north. I rarely even went to see him when he was in Vegas. It's very difficult for me, the fibro, the chronic fatigue, the fact that we really didn't have a relationship. I fixed him up with the woman that he's with now. They got married. I fixed them up 16 years ago, and they got married. And without me, they would have never met each other. But she, decided that she wanted to move to Vegas because her daughter moved there. Her daughter moved up north. She decided she wanted to move up north because her daughter's there. And took him away from his children here. My brother, my sister, and I are here. So my sister's going to see him Memorial Day weekend, and I'm glad for her. And I'm glad that they get to see him, her and her husband. And I'm glad that they are going to be there with him. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get up there. So we'll see. Anyway, my time's running out. I met somebody that I have gone on 2 dates with. I'm going to go on a 3rd date with him this Saturday. And his nickname is Zoom. My nickname is Jet. So it's kind of funny. Jet and Zoom. He is a very attractive, very handsome guy. Very athletic. We like the same music. We like to cook. We like to do things with like road trips. We're going to San Diego on the 28th and coming back the 29th back here. But I'm going to San Diego to meet Jay and Bryan Leffew, the Leffew family, Gay Family Values family, with Selena and Daniel. They're going to San Diego, and they're going to do the SeaWorld and the zoo, San Diego Zoo thing. I won't do it. I've done those a million times. So we're going to be out there, and I'm going to get to meet the boys and their kids. I'm so excited. I'm going to kiss Jay and Bryan right on their faces. Like, mwah. I'm so excited. I don't think Bryan's going to dig that too much, but because he's so shy. I feel like I've known Jay for a million years. I've known him, I think, almost 2 years, maybe. But they're like my heroes. They're in a wonderful marriage. I'm so jealous. I want a marriage like that one of these days. They have 2 beautiful children. They're very happy. They're gay rights activists and same-sex marriage activists, and so very proud of them. And they make me want to do more for the cause also. But so Zoom and I are going there to San Diego. That's going to be interesting. Just a whole bunch of new stuff going on. Work is kicking my ass. And so that's just kind of what I just wanted to update you on stuff. Poor Liz. Both of us are just like pushed to the edge. Work's killing us. This is killing us. But we'll get through it. We're just being a little bit more conscientious with the noise and stuff. But anyway, so I'm going to say goodbye now. Peace, love, and woohoo! Ciao.